Many people try and prove their theory that Elijah is not in heaven, and they use 2 Chronicles chapter 21 to call attention to the letter which Elijah wrote to Jehoram, king of Judah. This letter, some say, was written several years after Elijah is supposed to have been taken to heaven. If 2 Chronicles chapter 21 were written in precise chronological sequence, it would appear that they are correct. However, there is ample proof that this is not written in exact chronological order, and that the happenings of 2 Chronicles chapter 21 cannot and does not follow in a true sequence of events. In 2 Chronicles chapter 21 verse 5, it is stated that Jehoram of Judah came to the throne when he was 32 years of age. This would be about the year 848 BC at the death of his father, and also the 5th year of the reign of Jehoram of Israel. This is quite some time after the ascension of Elijah to heaven. Verse 12 of chapter 21 tells of the letter which Elijah wrote to Jehoram, king of Judah, which appears to cast doubt as to the whereabouts of Elijah. If Jehoram of Judah did receive the letter from Elijah at that time, then the prophet could not have been in heaven as alleged in our critics' theory. Now, before we accept this as a true conclusion concerning Elijah, there's several other texts that we have to consider. One is 2 Kings chapter 1 and verse 17. This text reveals that Jehoram of Israel began his reign during the 2nd year of that of Jehoram of Judah. And comparing 2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 5 with 2 Kings chapter 1 and verse 17, we find what appears to be a conflict and also a difference of 5 years as to when Jehoram of Judah actually began to rule. A careful study of this time period of history reveals the true picture of what happened and the time when Jehoram of Judah received from Elijah the letter of condemnation. The accompanying chart shows that Jehoshaphat ruled the kingdom of Judah for 25 years, from 872 to 848 BC, part of which was ruled jointly with his father, Asa, 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 42 and 43. Turning to 2 Kings chapter 3 and verse 1, we find that Jehoram of Israel began his reign in the 18th year of Jehoshaphat, about the year 852 BC. Considering this text with 2 Kings chapter 1 and verse 17, we find that this was also the 2nd year of the reign of Jehoram of Judah, which places the beginning of the reign of Jehoram of Judah at approximately 854 BC. Returning to 2 Chronicles chapter 21, we can piece together the picture of what actually took place concerning Jehoram of Judah and the letter he received from Elijah. 2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 1 tells us of the death of Jehoshaphat and of his son coming into full power over Judah. Verse 3 tells us what his father did before his death, revealing to us that all that is in this chapter is not recorded in chronological order. The father gave gifts of gold and silver to his sons, but to Jehoram he gave the kingdom. This was in the year 854 BC. Look at the chart. 2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 4 tells us of Jehoram's killing his brothers and also the princes of Israel in order to secure his rulership. Many people think that this took place after the death of Jehoshaphat in 848 BC. However, the Bible does not tell us exactly when he slew his brothers. Jehoram of Judah could have killed his brothers through hired killers even while his father lived, to make it look like as though they were assassinated by an enemy, thus diverting the blame from himself. What may not be seen by men is seen by God. He saw the cruel acts of Jehoram and revealed them to Elijah, who had not yet ascended to heaven. Elijah, under the influence of God, wrote to Jehoram the letter mentioned in 2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 12, somewhere between 854 BC and 851 BC, to reprove his crime and reveal the reward he was to reap. Thus, what seems to be proof that Elijah did not ascend to heaven and a conflicting record of the reign of kings proves to be only a chronological question easily answered by means of a chart. The Bible speaks of those who wrest the scriptures, and here is an example of it. We need to be careful with how we handle the word of God. God bless you, and thank you for watching.